Hey there, YouTubers. This is February 18th, and I just wanted to report there's been a lot happening in my neck of the woods. There's a lot happening that I feel I should say a few things about, but then I don't have all the video ready to upload. It's not really mine to upload. I thank Kurt for making available these recent talks by Bonnie, Victor Acevedo, and then David Koski. I also got another copy of my own talk to the Trim Tabbers, which was quite a while back. That one I uploaded, but these others, I'm thinking it's not for me to put them on my channel necessarily, although I could do previews and excerpts like teasers and stuff. On the screen, though, is an email from today to the Math for Wisdom folks, to Andreas in particular. I'm reminiscing about some of my undertakings in Jersey City, attempts to get artifacts put out there, and I've recounted these adventures here on this channel before, so I won't go forward through all that again, but I am looking forward to the meetup with the Math for Wisdom group coming up. So that's another part of sort of my, you could say, routine. I jump in on these various meetups. 52 Living Ideas has been important and will become so again, probably. In other words, it's kind of an ebb and flow situation. I'm still involved in Python and Python teaching. I was recommending books, resources, and so on this morning to possible students. And along those lines, I continue to work with Jupyter Notebooks and with SymPy in particular. SymPy does like algebra. So say you're a high school student and you're interested in, doing some high school math, and you're interested in your American heritage and literature, and so you've stumbled across this whole sort of metaphysical club, and you want to study some of the interesting math that falls out of there, and that's where we get to the beast modules, which is what David Koski was talking about yesterday in his presentation. The beast modules, which are from synergetics, right? The A, the B, the S, and the pair you would teach A, B first, and then you would teach T and E. So I go through what all these modules are, and then I get to what are called the Koski identities, and we show the volumes of the concentric hierarchy, like the octahedron, tetrahedron, icosahedron, in terms of phi-scaled S modules or E modules. And we define carefully what we mean by phi scaling, and have a consistent way of naming our variables to make it easy to remember, easy to read, and then come the Koski identities, and here's the output. And what was interesting about this, and again, this is kind of what David talked about yesterday to the Trim Tab Book Club, is that we have all the whole number volumes that Fuller is looking at, with the regular tetrahedron, his unit of volume, its edge being that of the diameter of the IVM ball or CCP sphere, whatever, math jargon. But then sometimes we don't get the whole number volume. We get these, as you can see, stripes of digits going across, these irrational numbers, and we define them in terms of square roots and so forth, second roots. There's a myth out there that Bucky at all costs avoids these arbitrary precision numbers, but it's not really true. It's more like in the computer science world, we don't really have real numbers. We have these kinds of arbitrary precision numbers. So when he said nature's not using pi, it's closer to nature's not using Greek metaphysics in the sense of real numbers, which they didn't really have either. They hadn't defined them to the level of detail that we have today. But it's sort of a math outside of ordinary nomenclature, is what I'm saying, which is what makes it somewhat alien, somewhat Martian. So if you haven't delved into this topic before, be ready for something fun. Speaking of fun, I'll just wrap up here with a bit of American heritage. This is a robot, I believe, named Crow. We can zoom in on this actually, and it talks more about Crow. And you see this puppet in the back, from the back, mostly in silhouette, in what was called Mystery Science Theater 3000. And there you see the silhouette of Crow in the typical setup for this show, which was watching some older film and kibitzing and commenting from the front row here, right? I bring that up partly because just this last December here recently, I was in the Atlanta Puppetry Museum. Shout out to that. And if you're ever in Atlanta, highly recommend going to the Puppet Museum there. You can see Big Bird and really understand better the life of Jim Henson, who has also been a featured character on this YouTube channel in connection with Defunct Land, the other YouTube channel, another YouTube channel I cite often, and so forth. So to give you a sense of what goes on this channel, there is popular culture, you could call it, but it's woven in with this kind of esoteric Americana that we get from the transcendentalists and the pragmatists. All right, looking forward to it. Metaphysical Club. Talk to you soon.